All right, so if you're into science and tech and you're maybe thinking about a career where you can, actually make a huge difference, then you are in exactly the right spot. Today, we are going to dive headfirst into the amazing world of medical imaging. I mean, this is a field where super high-tech gear meets real hands-on patient care. It's pretty incredible. Seriously, just think about that for a second. How can doctors see inside your body without making a single cut? It totally sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's not. It's happening right now every single day, and it's saving lives. And that's the magic we're going to get into. All right, section one, seeing the invisible. So, how does it all actually work? Well, when you boil it all down, this whole profession, it's about making the invisible visible. It's about looking deep inside the human body to find clues, secrets, really, that are absolutely critical for helping people heal and, finally get the answers they've been waiting for. Okay, I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. You're basically a high-tech detective. Seriously. Your job is to find clues. But forget the magnifying glass. Your tools are these incredibly advanced machines that help you solve medical mysteries. Just picture it. A patient gets rushed into the ER after a bad accident. They can't tell the doctors what's wrong. The team has like minutes to figure it out. That's where you come in. You run a quick CT scan and boom. In seconds, your images show a life-threatening internal injury that was completely hidden. That's not just a clue, right? That's the piece of the puzzle that saves a life. So, this whole medical detective job has an official name, of course. It's called diagnostic radiography. And really, it's all about using this mind-blowing technology. We're talking X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, the whole shebang, to figure out what's going on inside someone's body. And that's the area we're really going to zero in on today. Next up, the Medical Detective's Toolkit. So, what kind of gear are we talking about here? Let's open up the toolkit, because trust me, this is some of the most futuristic tech you can find anywhere. And here we go, one of the absolute coolest tools in the entire kit, the MRI machine. This thing it's a total game changer in modern medicine. It uses these super powerful magnets to let us see the body's soft tissues. I'm talking about the brain, muscles, organs, with a kind of detail that honestly would have seemed like magic just a few decades ago. Okay, another major player in the toolkit is the CT scanner. Now, this also uses X-rays, but it does it in a way more advanced way. The best way to think about it is like this. Imagine you have a loaf of bread, and you want to see every single slice, but without actually cutting it. That's pretty much what a CT scan does for the human body. It gives us these incredibly detailed slice-by-slice pictures. And then we come back to the MRI. Now, the really important thing to know here is the term non-ionizing. What does that mean? Well, unlike X-rays and CT scans, an MRI doesn't use that kind of radiation at all. Nope. Instead, it uses a massive magnet and radio waves. And that's how it gets those stunningly clear pictures of all the soft stuff. Again, your brain, muscles, organs, you name it. So, X-ray versus MRI? How do you know which tool to use? Well, this comparison makes it super clear. A standard X-ray is basically like a shadow photo. It's amazing for seeing dense structures like your bones. But an MRI? That's more like a water map. It's fantastic at seeing soft tissues, which are, full of water. So you've got two totally different tools for two very different detective jobs. All right, let's talk about your path into the field. Maybe at this point you're thinking, okay, this medical detective thing sounds awesome. So, how do you actually do it? How do you get started? Let's break it down. The cool thing is, the path is actually super clear. It really starts right where you might be now in high school by loading up on those STEM subjects: science, tech, engineering, math, all that good stuff. After that, you'll get a specialized degree from an accredited program. Then you move into hands-on clinical training right in a hospital setting. And the final step? You get your professional registration so you can officially practice. It's a very straightforward step-by-step journey. Next section, a future in high demand. Okay, so you've done the work, you're on the path. What's next? What does the future actually hold? Well, good news. You're looking at a career that's not just cool, but also super stable and very much in demand. And here's something you've really got to know. Getting your start as a general radiographer is awesome, but it's just the beginning. I mean, it's a great career on its own, but the real opportunity for growth, it's in specializing. Becoming an expert in something like CT or MRI, that really puts you ahead of the curve. And what's coming next? Think about combining that human expertise with AI. Artificial intelligence is already starting to help analyze images faster and more accurately than we ever thought possible. That's going to make specialists even more important. And speaking of being important, just take a look at these numbers. The demand for pretty much all imaging professionals is high. But check it out. The need for specialists, the folks who really know CT, MRI, or sonography inside and out, that demand is projected to be even higher. What does that spell out for you? Job security. Yeah, it's a great field to be in. But, being truly great at this job, it's not just about pushing buttons on a fancy machine. It really takes a special mix of skills. Of course, you need the tech smarts to handle all the complex equipment, but you also need real empathy, the ability to connect with a patient and make them feel safe when they're scared. And on top of all that, you have to be absolutely dedicated to safety for you and for them. All right, let's wrap this all up. Section 5, 3 reasons to choose imaging. We've talked about a lot, but it really comes down to 3 huge reasons why this is such an incredible STEM career to think about. So here it is, the big summary. Reason number 1, job security. You'd be walking into a growing field where you are seriously needed. 2, you get to make a genuine impact. Every single day, you are right there on the front lines, helping doctors make diagnoses that can save lives. And number 3, a clear path for growth. This isn't a dead-end job. You never stop learning, and there are always new ways to specialize and move up in your career. So it all comes down to this one last question, and it's for you. If you're searching for a career that's going to challenge you, that lets you work with some of the coolest tech on the planet, and gives you the chance to help people every single day, well, this might just be it. The question is, are you ready to be at the center of it all?